Welcome back to Breakfast Central. Hilda F. Young Baci, a young Nigerian and a chef, has I wouldn't use attempted at this point, has broken the Guinness World Record, although the confirmed reports haven't yet come in. But she broke the Guinness World Records for the longest cooking time, or longest cooking marathon by an individual. Now, the previous record was set at 87 hours, 45 minutes, and now she set a record for herself for 96 hours and eventually surpassed it to get to a little over, actually a lot over 100 hours. Today we're joined by Trust Roy, who will be giving us the details of what happened yesterday at Amore Gardens in Lekki. Good morning, Trust. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Adam. Good morning. Hi, sorry, good morning.
I trust.
All right, so we connected with you at some point during the show yesterday to give us an insight into what was happening, but you were there on ground at the moment where, it was a wrap. Tell us, how did it go? What went down?
It was when we arrived in the morning. She was just about to hit her 77th hour, and we witnessed that. And then she went in for an hour break that morning, and she resumed at about 9 o'clock to continue her cooking, which she went on for just up until about 4 p.m. yesterday. And then we're all there waiting, and then the hosts at the time, Enioluwa, made the announcement that she was gunning for 100 hours. I mean, some persons were speculating that possibly something had gone wrong, and so they needed to make up for the extra by doing, doing extra hours. While other persons were also speculating that she just needed to get it to 100, since I mean she was already at 96. So yes, in summary, it was just a lot was happening. It was a lot of emotions. A lot of people were teary. A lot of people were happy. A lot of people were all smiles. Something else I also observed that was happening at the time was a lot of people were also trying to get into the complex, because as at Friday night, there was no space in Amore Gardens. People were trying to come in. There was no space for people to come in. And even the people that were there were not ready to leave. It was up until 1 a.m. when it started raining heavily. It was the rain that dispersed people. And I think the same thing was about to repeat itself yesterday. So what I also observed was at the gate, the security people were trying to shield people from coming in at some point. And then again, because it rained heavily, the areas around Amore Garden was heavily flooded. So people couldn't easily pass and come in. So there was a lot of traffic obstruction at some point yesterday.
Now, let's talk also on the Hilda Baci team and everyone who, of course, who set this up, and ensure that it was a huge success. Were they expecting this much support, and have you spoken to any of them to share with you, their thoughts on the level of support that they eventually got? Did they know that it was going to blow up this much?
So I happened to speak with a friend of Hilda, which was also on the team. We did an interview with her yesterday, and they weren't expecting this level of support from external factors, but from her friends, family, and the cooking community. Yes, they're expecting this level of support. Hilda herself mentioned that she had to go to the Culinary Association of Nigeria and ask them for support, and they brought some of their chefs. She also went to her friends who had kitchen houses, who had restaurants, and asked them for their chefs, and they all provided their chefs, asking for nothing in return. She also went to PR agencies. She mentioned Econ Digital and one other one like that, and they split the task. Some were just responsible for the live streaming on social media, the PR support she was getting, the media appearances she did. That's what some of them did, while some other persons were also handling like several tasks. Worthy of mention was her sous chef, assistant chef, Sonny. Sonny had been there by her side all through. Prior to this, sometime in April, Hilda did a 24-hour dry run, and Sonny was also there throughout. She ensured that she had limited water. She didn't take a lot of water. She just did. She emulated what she was about to do here, and Sonny was by her side all that time. And while we're there from Friday up until yesterday, there are times where she could literally go no more. But Sonny will get packs of ice and place on her back, on her neck, say some encouraging words to her, and the next minute she's on going again. She also got support from some of her friends. I know during her thank you speech yesterday, she especially gave recognition to Sydney Talker. And he said Sydney Talker was there from Thursday down to Sunday. I said that there are times where she could go no more, but Sydney will stand in the kitchen and tell her, Hilda, I'm going to be here throughout. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to drink anything, so that I can feel exactly what you're feeling and be by your side. And Enioluwa as well, Harmony as well. Those are people that she really mentioned. And then her parents as well. Her mother would pray loudly in the kitchen at times when she could go no more. And it was a community effort. This was a village coming together to ensure that these things work. And I also have to give kudos to like the guys that were handling press, myself inclusive, and all the other press people that were there. I mean, people were there from Friday, Thursday. People were there from Friday. I was there from Friday, and ensure that coverage was going out, information was going out, helping to get word out for more people to come. So at least, in summary, I would say this was a collective effort. It's a village, Nigerians coming together to ensure that Hilda got this thing and put all of us on the map.
It truly was a village. So much. I mean, I did see a post by Nene Bejide of Blanche Eagle, PR, talking about all the people, the Nkemo Oduwe of Heart Network, Latasha Lagos, so many people behind the scenes. And of course, Nowhere Sibo, who was there with Hilda from the jump. We want to say thank you to everyone who was a part of this. Those on the on the front scene and those at the back end. And thank you, Trust, for giving us a detailed summary of all that happened yesterday. We look forward to when Hilda starts to do her media tours. We spoke to her here on Breakfast Central before she went on that journey, and we hope to be able to speak with her here as well when she starts her media tours. Thank you so much, Trust, for sharing all this with us.
Thank you very much.
And just to quickly mention, it's Chef Sonny, not Sonny.
Sonny.
So, Ajum Sunday Okwe, popularly known as Ajum Sunday. I think that's the social media handle.
The Nigerian way to say it is Sonny, not Sonny.
Not Sonny.
All right. Thanks a lot for stopping by, Trust.
Thank you very much.
No.